Welcome on Patente B in English. Esame ministeriale scheda number 5. Like the video and subscribe. Enjoy the studies with Marwin, the teacher. Question number 1. Il sovraccarico non causa problemi ai ammortizzatori di un veicolo a motore se il conducente adotta uno stile di guida prudente. And the number 1, the answer is, of course, falso. Why? It says overloading does not cause problems for the shock absorbers of an engine vehicle if the driver adopts a prudent driving style. The answer is false because overloading the vehicle will always cause problems to the shock absorbers, which is the ammortizzatori. Okay, so the number 1 is falso. Number 2, il limite massimo di velocità sulle strade extraurbane secondarie è di 70 km orari per le autovetture che trainano un rimorchio per il trasporto di motocicli. And the number 2 is vero. It says the maximum speed limit on secondary extra-urban road is 70 kilometers per hour for cars towing a trailer for the transport of motorcycles. So the number 2, the answer is vero. Very good. Number 3, il segnale raffigurato preannuncia che una carreggiata a senso unico diventa a doppio senso di circolazione. And the 3 is vero. Why? It says this sign indicates that one-way carriageway or one-way direction road becomes a double direction road. And the 3 is vero. Why? Because this sign represents a road that turns from one-way direction into a double direction road. So whenever you see this sign, it means the road in which you are now, it is a one-way direction. And very soon it will turn. When I say very soon, I mean 100 meters ahead of you or 50 meters ahead of you. The road will become a double direction road. So the 3 is vero. Very good. 4. Il segnale raffigurato è posto di norma 150 metri prima dell'incrocio. And therefore, the answer is absolutely falso. It says this sign is usually placed at 150 meters before the intersection. Therefore, it's falso because the sign stop is positioned exactly where the danger is or where we have to stop. Okay, it is not positioned at a distance of 150 meters. So that is why the 4 is falso. 5. Durante la marcia sulle autostrade e strade extraurbane principali è obbligatorio l'uso dei proiettori annabaianti anche di giorno. And the 5 is vero. It says when driving on motorways and main extra urban roads, the use of the dim light is mandatory even during the day. And the five is zero because according to the law, even when we are circulating in the city or on the motorway, we have to circulate with the dim light of the vehicle always on, whether it is day or it is evening. So the five, that is why the answer is zero. Make sure you like the video. Very good. Let's proceed. Number six. La carreggiata è la parte della strada destinata normalmente alla circolazione dei veicoli. And the number six is vero. It says the carriageway is the part of the road normally intended for the circulation of vehicles. And the six is vero. The carreggiata is purposely for the circulation of vehicles. So the six is vero. Very good. 7. Il sorpasso è vietato in caso di scarsa visibilità. And the 7 is vero. It says overtaking is prohibited in case of poor visibility. And the answer is vero, of course. If there is poor visibility, it does not allow you to have clear view on the road. Okay, so in that case, it is never advisable to do overtaking. So you have to wait for the visibility of the road to be clearer. So 7 is vero. Number 8. Il segnale raffigurato è un segnale di prescrizione. And the 8, the answer is of course vero. It says this sign is a sign of prescription. So the 8 is vero. Now, why is the answer vero? It is vero because all the signs of obbligo are part of the segnale di prescrizione. So the 8 is absolutely vero. Very good. Number 9. Dovendo attraversare l'incrocio rappresentato in figura, i veicoli A e S transitano contemporaneamente dopo il passaggio del veicolo T. And the 9, the answer is falso. It says, having to cross the intersection in the figure, vehicles A and S pass simultaneously after vehicle T has passed. So the number 9, the answer is falso because in this intersection, the first vehicle crossing is the T. Okay, is the T. Then the second one will be the A, which is the yellow car. And the last one will be the S, which is the red vehicle. Okay, so the A and the S do not cross contemporaneamente, which means simultaneously or at the same time. So the 9, the answer is falso for that reason. 10. Il delineatore raffigurato è un segnale complementare. The 10 is absolutely vero. It says this sign is a complementary sign. The 10 is vero because in the theory we studied concerning the complementary signs, and this sign is part of the segnale complementare. So the 10 is vero. 11. Nei semafori sistemati in verticale, la luce rossa si trova in alto. In quelli posti in orizzontale, si trova a sinistra. Number 11 is vero. It says, in the traffic light arranged or positioned vertically, the red light is at the top, just as we can see. And those traffic lights being arranged horizontally, the red light is on the left side. So the answer is vero. Just as we can see, the red light will always be positioned on the left side if the traffic light is positioned horizontally. So the 11 is vero. Very good. Number 12. L'isola di traffico in figura indica un tratto di strada vietato al transito ed alla sosta dei veicoli. 12 is vero. It says the traffic island in the figure indicates a part of a road where vehicles are prohibited from transiting and parking. The answer is vero. On the Isola di Traffico, we are not allowed to transit or to park on it. So the 12 is vero. Very good. 13. Il segnale raffigurato indica una raffineria. And of course, the answer is falso. It says this sign indicates a refinery. And the 13 is falso because this sign is a filling station on the tangenziale, not a refinery, which is the raffineria. So 13 is falso. 14. Il proprietario di un veicolo che intende demolirlo o rottamarlo deve consegnarlo ad un centro di raccolta per la messa in sicurezza autodemolitore autorizzato. And the 14, the answer is vero. It says the owner of a vehicle who intends to demolish or scrap it or throw the vehicle away must deliver it to a collection center for safety authorized car dismantler. So the 14 is vero. Whenever you intend to demolish or throw away your vehicle, you have to take it to the collection center, to those that are authorized for car dismantle. So the 14 is vero. Very good. 15. La sospensione della patente è disposta contestualmente alla comunicazione di azzeramento dei punti. And the 15 is falso. It says the suspension of the driving license is arranged, or it is possible, at the same time as the communication of the resetting of the point. So the 15 is false because the police will not suspend your driving license only because the point on your driving license is zero. That is azzeramento dei punti. But they will do suspension when you break a law of the circulation on the road. So that's why the 15, the answer is false. Is that clear? 16. È consentito attraversare l'incrocio in figura secondo l'ordine veicolo L, veicolo C, veicolo H. 16 is absolutely vero. It says it is permitted to cross the intersection in the figure in this order: L, then vehicle C, and then vehicle H. So the 16 is absolutely zero because in this intersection, the L is the first one, which is the blue car to cross. Why? Because the right side is free. The second will be the yellow because the right side is free for the blue is gone. Then the last one will be the H, which is the red car. So 16 is vero. 17. Il segnale raffigurato preannuncia che non è consentito proseguire diritto. 17 is absolutely vero. It says this sign indicates that it is not permitted to continue straight on. So the 17 is vero because the sign is alerting us to turn on the left side. So it is true. It is not allowed to go straight. So 17 is absolutely vero. Very good. Number 18. Distanza fra autotreni in presenza di segnali di divieto di sorpasso fra di loro deve essere pari ad almeno 10 metri. And the 18 is falso. It says the distance between articulated lorries in the presence of signs prohibiting overtaking between them must be at least 10 meters. The 18 is false because normally the safety distance supposed to be 100 meters distance, at least 100. So the 18, that is why the answer is false. 19. L'assunzione di alcol facilita la guida perché fa aumentare la capacità di concentrazione. And the 19 is false. It says drinking alcohol makes driving easier because it increases your ability to concentrate. The answer is false because whenever you drink alcohol, it makes the driving more difficult for you begin to lose concentration and attention on the road. So 19 is false. 20. I conducenti devono attenersi alle segnalazioni di pericolo o alle prescrizioni che appaiono con scritte luminose sui veicoli della polizia. And the 20 is vero. It says drivers must comply with the danger signal or regulations that appear in illuminated writing or written word on the police vehicles. So the 20 is vero. We have to apply whenever there is a danger sign on the police vehicles because it simply means we have to stop and wait for them. So number 20 is vero. 21. Non si devono usare gli indicatori di direzione se per entrare in un passo carabile occorre svoltare a destra. 21. The answer is falso. It says you must not use your direction indicators if you need to turn right to enter a driveway or a private property. So 21 is false because if you want to enter into a private property or into a house or into an office, the 21, in this case, the answer is false because you have to use a trafficator to indicate that you intend to turn to the right side. So the 21 is false. 22. Il segnale raffigurato indica la distanza di sicurezza da tenere dal veicolo che precede. 22 is falso. It says this sign indicates the safety distance to keep from the vehicle in front. And the 10 is falso because this sign represents the height. That's the height that our vehicle must be when transiting on a specific road. Now, this road is normally positioned or found below or under a bridge. So they are actually telling us our vehicle should not be taller than 3.50 meters. Okay, so the 22 is falso. It has nothing to do with the safety distance. Very good. 23. I pannelli integrativi in figura indicano strade senza uscita. 23 is falso. It says the supplementary panels in the figure indicate dead end streets. 23 is falso because these supplementary panels indicate how the vehicles must circulate in these specific areas. So the 23 is false because it does not represent a dead end. So 23 is falso. 24. Il segnale raffigurato preannuncia la vicinanza di zone ad alto rischio di incendio. The 24 is vero. It says this sign alert us or warns us of the proximity of areas at high risk of fire. So 24 is vero because that is exactly the meaning of this sign. It represents an area which bush is very, very dry, so it easily catches fire. So we are not allowed to smoke on this area or to do anything concerning fire in this specific area. So 24 is vero. 25. Il segnale raffigurato vieta il transito a tutti gli autocarri carrozzati con furgone chiuso. 25 is falso. It says, this sign prohibits the transit of all trucks with closed van bodies. 25 is falso. It says this sign prohibits the transit of all trucks with closed van bodies. So the answer is falso because this sign prohibits the transit only of vehicles that are heavier than 3.5 tons. Okay, which are actually used for the transportation of goods. So 25, that's why the answer is false. Very good. 26. In presenza di tratti di strada ghiacciati è opportuno non usare le catene, ma gomma chiodate sulle ruote anteriori. And the 26 is falso. It says, in the presence of icy road or road with ice, it is advisable not to use chains, but to use studded ties on the front wheels. 26 is false because if in the presence of icy road or a road with ice, the best thing is to put on the chains for the snow tie. Okay, so the 26 is falso. 27. Il segnale raffigurato preannuncia un incrocio in cui vale la regola di dare la precedenza solo a destra. 27 is falso. It says this sign indicates an intersection where the rule applies to give precedence only to the right side. The answer is false because in the presence of this sign, we have to give precedence to the right and to the left side because we are under obligation to wait whenever this sign is found in front of us. Okay, so 27. That's why the answer is false. Very good. 28. La fermata è vietata lungo le autostrade, anche in caso di emergenza. Number 28, the answer is falso. It says stopping is prohibited on motorways, even in an emergency lane. The answer is false because on motorways it is not allowed to stop. Okay, but in the or on the emergency lane, we are allowed to stop there for a short period of time because the emergency lane it is reserved for in case the driver is not feeling well or in case there is a fault in our vehicle. So 28 is false. 29. La presenza di passeggeri che schiamazzano a bordo del veicolo può influenzare la concentrazione del conducente. 29 is vero. It says, the presence of noisy passengers on board of the vehicle can affect the driver's concentration. 29 is vero. Whenever the passengers in the vehicle are making a lot of noise, it can affect the concentration and the attention of the driver, leading him to be involved in an accident. To 29 is absolutely vero. Now, the last question, which is number 30. I hope this quiz has been of great help. If you have not yet pressed the like, make sure you like, make sure you give us a good comment, and God bless you. Let's proceed. Question number 30. Gli stivali ad uso motociclistico riducono gli effetti di distorsioni in caso di appoggio impreciso dei piedi e proteggono le articolazioni della caviglia dal freddo. So 30, the answer is vero. Why? It says the motorcycle's boots reduce the effect of distortion in the event of imprecise foot support, and it protects the ankle's joint from the cold. And the answer is vero. The motorcycles boot are constructed or made in such a way they will cover the ankle of the driver from the cold and also from being hurt when in case you fall on the ground. So the 30 is vero. Thank you for watching up to the end. See you in the next video.